morning students. So welcome back, class 7. We will start with the chapter tissues. Already we had read in the previous class regarding the plant tissues, two different types of plant tissues, that is meristematic and permanent tissues. Then we studied about the different types of permanent tissues. Now today we will start with the animal tissue. Plant tissue is already over. Animal tissue. Animal tissues are the one which is found in animals. So first I will try to draw a chart of animal tissues. You can also draw it in your copy. This animal tissue is divided, or it is divided into three main types. The tissues which are found in animals, it is of three main types. What are they? Epithelial, sorry, fourth one is also there. Epithelial tissue. We have to realign it. 1, 2, 3, 4 main types. Okay. So what are the 4 different types of animal tissues? Number 1, epithelial tissue. Number 2, connective tissue. Number 3, muscular tissue. And number 4, the last one, nervous tissue. Okay. So in this chart you can see animal tissue is classified into or divided into how many types? 4 different types. What are they? Number 1, epithelial. Number 2, connective tissue. Number 3, muscular tissue. And number 4, nervous tissue. Now we'll draw the further branches or the types of epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue is of 4 different types according to the shape of the cells which makes these tissues. So I'll write down the name of all these 4 different types of epithelial tissue to the left hand side here. Number 1 is squamous epithelial. SQUAMOUS. Squamous epithelial. Number 2, columnar epithelial. COLUMNAR. Number 3, ciliated epithelium. And the last one, cuboidal epithelium. Okay, so 4 different types I have drawn: squamous, columnar, ciliated columnar, and cuboidal. So ciliated columnar only. So ciliated or ciliated columnar also you can write. Okay. So what are the 4 different types of epithelial tissue? Squamous epithelial tissue, columnar epithelial tissue, ciliated, columnar, and cuboidal epithelial tissue. Now next one is connective tissue. Connective tissue is quite big. We need a bigger space to draw all the different types of connective tissues. It is divided into 3 types: connective tissue proper, connective tissue, supportive, and the fluid connective tissue. So 3 different types of connective tissues are there. First one is connective tissue proper, PROPER, proper. And the second one is the fluid connective tissue, that will be done at last. The second one is supportive connective tissue. Supportive connective tissue. And the third one is fluid connective tissue. Okay, fluid connective tissue. Now this connective tissue proper, it is further divided into how many types? It is divided into 2 types: loose and dense. So number 1 is loose, number 2 is dense. Now they have further divisions, like loose connective tissue is further divided into areolar and adipose. So this one also has 2 branches. No more place to write here, so I'll rub it and write on the top. Okay, what are they? Number A, B I write areolar, and number B adipose. Areolar and adipose. They are both of them are types of loose connective tissue. Okay, I have written here loose, okay, so that you can identify loose. Proper connective tissue is of two types, areolar and adipose. Then dense proper connective tissue is also further classified into two types. They are tendon and ligament. So this one I will write here only. Number A, tendon, and number B, ligament. Ligament, ligament. Tendon and ligament are the two different types of dense proper connective tissue. Okay. Then comes supportive connective tissue. We cannot write here. Supportive connective tissue is made up of two types further. So we can write here only. Number A, bone, the one which provides support to the body, and number B, cartilage. Bone and cartilage. C-A-R-T-I-L-A-G-E, cartilage. Okay. Bone, B-O-N-E, C-A-R-T-I-L-A-G-E. Bone and cartilage are the two types of supportive connective tissue. And the fluid connective tissue, I will write it here, third one. Fluid connective tissue is also further divided into two types. What are they? They are the blood and the lymph. So blood and lymph are the two types of fluid connective tissue. Blood and lymph. Okay. So now next we have the muscular connective tissue. Since I didn't get any place to write here, so I will write muscular connective tissue is further divided into three types. What are they? Muscular connective tissue. It is of three types. So I will write here only. Number one, it is known as voluntary, involuntary, and cardiac muscles. This one we have studied. So we can also write striated, unstriated, and cardiac. So the spellings you can check. Striated, S-T-R-I-A-T-E-D, striated. Number two, U-N only, un and same spelling, unstriated. And the third type of muscular connective tissue is cardiac tissue, C-A-R-D-I-A-C, which is found only in the heart. So these three are the types of muscular connective tissue. So once again have a look at the tissue. Animal tissues are of four different types. What are they? Epithelial, connective, muscular, and nervous. Now first one, epithelial tissue. Based on the shape of the cells which make this tissue, there are four different types of epithelial tissue. Number one is squamous, number two columnar, number three ciliated columnar, and the fourth one is cuboidal. Then the second type of tissue is connective tissue. Connective tissue is further divided into how many types? Three types. Number one, proper connective tissue is already there. Number two, supportive, and the third one is fluid. So proper connective tissue is further divided into how many types? Two, loose and dense. Loose connective tissue, that is proper connective tissue, is divided into two types. They are areolar and adipose. Whereas the dense proper connective tissue is divided into two types. They are tendon and ligament. Then comes the muscular tissue, the third type of animal tissue. Muscular tissue is further classified into three types: striated, unstriated, and cardiac. Cardiac is found only in the heart. Okay. Other names are voluntary, involuntary, means the one which is under our control, the one which is not in our control. Then the last one, third type of connective tissue is the fluid connective tissue, the liquid one. It is of two types. What are they? The fluid connective tissue is of two types: blood and lymph. Then the last one, that is nervous connective tissue. Nervous connective tissue, it is the one which is found in the brain and the spinal cord, in all the body in the form of nerve cells. Okay, the one which helps to conduct impulses or the message from one part of the body to the other. So you can write this one in your copy as homework. I will give the question. Draw the classification chart of animal tissue. So this is the classification chart you have to draw. Okay, so have a look at it. You can pause your video and write it. Okay, for some time. Got it? So now we can start the next topic, that is epithelial tissue. So that will be your homework also, okay, to write the classification chart of animal tissue in your copy. So this chart you can draw and learn what are the different types of animal tissues. Okay, now the first one we have to start is connective tissue. Let's start one by one. No, connective tissue where? We have to start with the epithelial tissue first. Sorry. We have not started this epithelial tissue first, no? Epithelial tissue, the first type of animal tissue that we are going to study now. Okay. Now what is this epithelial tissue? It is the tissue which is made up of cells that are very closely packed. So what are the points you have to learn? Cells are closely packed with no intercellular space between them. With no intercellular space between them. Means what is this epithelial tissue made up of? Epithelial tissue is made up of cells which are closely packed with no intercellular space present between them. Okay? Now, it can be present in a single layer, like one layer of cells, like this. Look at the diagram. Only one layer is there, epithelial tissue. And all the cells are very close. There is no gap between them. That's why it is written, they are made up of cells which are closely packed. All the cells are fitting each other, just like the bricks are fitted without any gap between them and filled with cement, no? So here the cells are closely packed with no intercellular space between them. Cells are arranged. Cells are arranged. How the cells are kept? Either in a single layer, means one layer of cell, or many layers of cells. Cells are arranged either in a single layer or in many layers. Many layers means multi-layer. Like this is one layer of cell, another layer I will draw, then next layer I will draw. This one is multi-layered cell, means many layers are there, one on top of the other. So this one, when the cells are arranged in a single layer, it is called simple epithelium. Okay? Cells of single layer are called cells in a single layer is called simple epithelium. Now try to learn what is simple epithelium and what is stratified epithelium. Cells in a single layer is called simple epithelium. Means such epithelial tissue in which cells are made up of one layer of cells only. The tissue is made up of one layer of cells only. They are called simple epithelium. And the tissue with many layer or multi-layer, with many layers of cells, is called, okay, this one is called simple, then the other one is called, it is called stratified epithelial tissue. Strata means layer. It is called stratified epithelium. Okay, so if single layer of cells are there, that is called simple epithelium. If many layers of cells are present, that is called stratified epithelial tissue. So if asked what is the difference between simple epithelium and stratified epithelium, the answer is simple epithelium contains a single layer of cells, whereas a stratified epithelium contains many layers of cells. Understood now? Now the next one is, what is the function of this epithelial tissue? Since it is present, now where it is present, location also you have to write. The next point I will write the location and then the function and then the types also. Okay. Now where is this epithelial tissue found? Epithelial tissue is found lining or covering the entire body surface like the skin. It covers the entire body surface, means outermost covering of our body is fully lined by epithelial tissue. So epithelial tissue covers the body like skin. It covers the entire body surface like skin, and not only this skin contains epithelial tissue, many of our internal organs like liver, kidney, heart, they are lined with epithelial tissue only. So second one you will try, they form a continuous lining of the body cavities and forms a continuous lining of body cavities. Okay, so it covers the entire body surface, means externally, outside also it is present epithelial tissue, and it also covers our organs, that is lining of our body cavities from inside also. Okay, now next one is like stomach, bronchioles, heart, liver, already I said. Now next, what is the function of epithelial tissue? Since it is present outside, so its function is protection. It protects the underlying tissues of our body. Okay, and it also helps to prevent the infection, and because it is present outside in the form of skin, it also prevents dehydration. So the function is, its primary function or the main function is to give protection its primary function is to give protection from germs. Okay, because it is present outside, so protection from germs. Skin is the one which protects us against the infection. Any type of infection will not occur, and it also prevents dehydration. Prevents dehydration, means it will prevent the loss of water from the body. Okay, so this is also a function of epithelial tissue: protection from infection and prevents dehydration. Now it is of 4 different types. 4 types of epithelial tissues are there. On which basis it is classified? On the basis of shape of the cells. Means what type of shape of the cell is there? Accordingly, epithelial tissue is classified on the basis of shape of cells. There are 4 types of epithelial tissue. Now what are they? One by one we have to study. First one is a squamous epithelial tissue. Okay. Okay, number 1 or number A we can write a squamous epithelial tissue. It is made up of dead flat cells. The cells are dead and they appear like hexagonal, just like hexagon, like this. Hexagonal shaped cells, just like the tiles of a floor, mosaic. They are fitted in this way on the squamous epithelial tissue. This is the nucleus, this is the cytoplasm. They just like the pavement of the floor. they appear, squamous epithelial tissue. Okay, so squamous epithelial tissue is found on the skin and the lining of blood vessels. Where it is found? Found in the skin and the lining of blood vessels. Lining means the internal cavity of blood vessels like arteries, veins and capillaries. And since it is dead and present in the outermost layer of the skin, it provides protection. So the main function is it consists of thin flat cells and forms a protective layer. It consists of, or it is made up of, thin flat cells. It consists of thin, the cells are thin, they are flat and gives protection. It consists of thin flat cells and flat cells that forms a protective layer. It consists of thin flat cells that provides protection. That provides protection. So this one was the first type of epithelial tissue, that is a squamous epithelial tissue. The squamous epithelial tissue is shaped like thin flat cells, hexagonal in shape. They appear like the tiles of a floor, fitted very closely to each other without any gap between them, and they are found in the skin and the lining of blood vessels. The cells are thin, they are flat, and they provide protection to our body. Now, second type of epithelial tissue, that is known as columnar epithelial tissue. Okay, columnar epithelial tissue means, the word column means pillar. The second type of epithelial tissue is columnar epithelial tissue. And how the cells appear in columnar epithelial tissue? The cells appear tall, pillar-like structures, like this one you can see. Just like the pillars are there in our home. So they are very tall in shape. Their length is more than their width. This is the length, that is more. This is the nucleus of the cells, isn't it? Alright? So columnar epithelial tissue, cells are tall like pillars. They are tall like pillars only, isn't it? And they have more length than breadth. With more length than breadth. Means the length of the cells are more than their breadth. You can see length is more, breadth is only this much. Length is this much from here to here. Okay, length is more, breadth is less. Now, where is this type of epithelial tissue found? Columnar epithelial tissue is found in certain organs, like it is present in our intestine and stomach. So it is found in stomach and intestine. This point also you can write. Found in stomach and intestine. Now, what is the function of these two organs, stomach and intestine? They are related with the digestion and absorption of food. So that is the function of columnar epithelium. It will help in digestion and absorption of food. So these two types of epithelial tissue already we have done. Now two more are left. The next one is ciliated columnar epithelium, number C. Ciliated columnar. Now, same like this one only. The shape of the cells are same, tall like columns or pillars with cilia at one end. Now see, this is the diagram of ciliated columnar epithelial tissue. So same diagram but with cilia at one end. That is called ciliated columnar epithelial tissue. And the nucleus are also arranged in different manners. So now, what is the function of ciliated columnar epithelial tissue? It is present in the inner lining of the windpipe. So where it is found? Found in the inner lining of windpipe. Windpipe, you know, also known as trachea. it is found in our windpipe, and if any dust particle or germs enters along with the air we breathe, then these cilia will beat and they will drive them away. So by coughing, we can throw away those dust particles from our respiratory tract. Means if any dust particle goes inside while breathing, it will be thrown outside by cough. So it is also there. Cilia present helps to propel the materials like air by generating air current. Now next one is it removes dust particle. Number D, the last one. Ciliated is also completed. Cuboidal columnar epithelium. Cuboidal columnar epithelial tissue. Okay. Now what is the shape of this type of epithelial tissue? It is cuboid, made up of cube, and cubes, you know, they have equal length and breadth. Equal length and breadth. Cube-like cells are there. Like this they appear, okay, cuboidal. So cells are cube-like with equal length and breadth. With equal length and breadth. Means length is there and breadth is same only. They have almost same equal length and breadth. It is present in the walls of salivary glands. So found or present in the walls of salivary glands. Salivary glands, you know, they are the one which is present in our throat that produces saliva. 3 types of salivary glands are there, and saliva is a digestive fluid that mixes with the food for the digestion of our food. Okay, it is made up of cube-shaped cells which are equal in length and breadth. So today this much only what we have studied. A recap. Today we started with the chart of animal tissue that you are supposed to do as homework, in which you have to draw that chart in your copy and write all the 4 different types of animal tissue, that is epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue and nervous tissue. Then we studied the classification of each one of them. After that we started with the epithelial tissue according to the shape, means on the basis of shape of the cells which make this tissue. Epithelial tissue is of 4 types. What are they? First one we studied is squamous epithelial tissue, in which the cells are flat and thin. They appear like the tiles of a floor. And then we studied about the second one, that is columnar epithelial tissue, in which the cells appear tall like columns or pillars, and they are found in stomach and intestine. Then we studied the ciliated columnar epithelial tissue. It is made up of same like column-like or pillar-like cells with cilia at one end, and the cilia helps to propel or to throw away the dust particles or the unwanted substances which enters our respiratory tract. So it is found in the lining, inner lining of our windpipe, which is also called trachea. Then we studied about the cuboidal epithelial tissue. It is such a epithelial tissue which is made up of cells which are cube-like, that is equal in length and breadth. Okay, and where it is found? It is found in the walls of salivary glands, the one which produces saliva that helps in the digestion of food. So this much only. In the next class we can continue with the connective tissue.